Good evening, folks. Just thought I'd do a video on the Hobo reels. These are all ready. All I've got to do with the minis is put line on, which got about 1500 meters here. £6 line that's going on the minis. Quite a few of the bigger ones have gone already. The next two on my list for these two will be Shazboo Buck Owl and Stump Greenwood SC. If you're interested, message me or leave a comment here that you want those. They're all £15. The bigger ones, the smaller ones, because they're the same work, the same tackle that goes into them. So I'm not mucking around with a few pence difference. £15 plus postage, £15 plus postage. UK postage is £3.60, USA £5.75, Canada £5.75, Australia £6.5, and Europe £4.70. Of course, that's British pounds. So the larger ones you've seen the voiders in there. Those come with, say, £6 line on. They come with one of these loaded waggler floats. There are 2BB floats. That's in there. They come with a bag of various bits of tackle. There's 7 mixed size hooks there. There's a link swivel. There's half a dozen split shot in 3 different sizes. There's 2 fake maggots, and they are very realistic. They are squidgy and they smell like maggots as well. There's a small, in the States you call them a sinker. Over here we call them a ledger, but the small 3.5 gram, 1/8 of an ounce. There's room to add a few more bits and bobs. Also, there's a spinner as well, so you can fish spinning, you can fish by float, or you can fish on the bottom with the ledger. 3 forms of fishing. Artificial bait there, you've got the artificial maggots, so you can get fishing straight away with this kit. You don't need anything else. You can collect grubs, beetles, worms, whatever you want. So yeah, with this kit you can get fishing straight away. Back in a sec. Now the length of these, the long one including the cork bung is 18 centimetres. So you can see that in the hand. Drop the line, cast out. The small one, including the cork bung, is about 12 centimetres. So you can see that. Again, chop the line will be on this part here. Now, these again, they contain the same tackle. In the bag there's again 7 assorted sized hooks, a couple of fake maggots, one of the sinkers, ledger weight, same size, 1/8 ounce, 3.5 gram, 6 split shot, in 3 different sizes and a link swivel. There's also a spinner. This is in each set, and there will be a small pole float. Put that down there and come in a bit. Now these pole floats, I've already put 2 rubbers on. Stop sniggering. So these go on, as you can see there, just on the tip there's a small eye. So your line comes through the top of that. Take those 2 rubbers off, don't lose them, then pass your line through each rubber and push them back onto the stem. These are carbon fibre stems. And then you'll just need a couple of small shot below, then to your hook. And adjust the depth, just slide up and down your line. So again, that's the tackle. That comes in the small ones. Now I've got 2 different types of float. Get rid of those. Those are the 2 different floats that just random, but they're exactly the same. These ones I haven't got them on, but if they're in the Hobo reel, then they have the rubbers already on them. I've put them on all the little pole floats. Like the others, you can fit more items in, you can adapt them. This is my mini. I've put a paracord wrap because the depth of the handle, you can see that's with 550 paracord on. This is a reflective paracord. I've created a wrist loop, so casting out I'm not going to lose it at all. It's a little bit softer on the hands, and as I'll show you, you can get, that's mine, more bits and bobs in. I've got 2 of the sinkers in there, I've got more split shot, I've got more fake baits, I've got more hooks in there. I have 3 small floats, as you can see. These have the rubbers already on, so the line goes through the top, that small eye comes through the top. Take those 2 rubbers off, put the line through the rubbers and then push the rubbers back on, so you're trapping the line up the stem. So I've got 2 of the pole floats in mine, and I've got a small waggler which is a bit smaller than those little loaded ones. Excuse me. So that's how I've adapted. I have got a small spinner as well in there. So, you know, I've got, in the UK, small spinner will catch perch, it'll catch small pike, small trout, salmon, sea trout. On the coast you might get a little mackerel on them, you might get a little bass on them, you might get mullet on them, you know, all edible fish. Little zander, also edible. But so there's about 30 yards of line, which is enough. It's £6 breaking strain on all the Hobo reels. You're not using these to go out and catch marlin. You know, if you're using them in a survival situation, you're looking at £1 fish, £2, £3 fish, which you'll drag in all day long with this kit. Use small hooks, small bait. You could take some line off and tie a bit to a branch or something and leave it out overnight if you're in the States for catfish or whatever. You know, there are some bigger hooks, sort of that size. But that is the biggest hook that's in there. The rest are smaller. So that's my kit, just showing you can adapt it. That's just a loop formed. I put a line of super glue down there, and then it's just wrapped around tightly, and the end finishes down here again with a line of super glue. It'll come off if I pull it off. I've got between 4 and 5 feet of paracord on there. So that's my little Hobo kit. So you can adapt them, you can add a few bits more tackle, not a problem. You know, I've put 1-inch holes in them, 25mm. So there is, you know, I could still get a couple more bits in, a couple more sinkers or something in there, not a problem. And that's my kit. So these ones are the same, they are £15 plus postage. As I said before, UK £3.60, USA £5.75. So I'm reading off a list because I put them in an envelope and took them to the post office and got them to weigh them, and she wrote them down for me. Canada £5.75, Australia £6.5, Europe £4.70. As I said, the line that's going on, I'm going to have a drink. So the line that's going on, £6 Duracast advanced mono line, 0.18mm diameter. Now with the wagglers, you call them bobbers in the States, there's a small eye at that end. Just pass your line through it and lock it on with a split shot either side, small split shot, because these have a small brass piece there, look, so these are already semi-weighted. These will cock. Now if you've not used these in the States before, add so put a locking shot either side, probably leave a 3mm gap just so there's a little bit of movement, but if you leave too much you'll end up getting tangles, so almost lock them tight, and then down your line you can add a small split shot to take it down. So my fingers are the water level, you'll be looking at it like that. You don't want it sticking out the water like so, you want it just so your orange tip, maybe the black if you want. That's all you want showing out the water. And down to your line, to your hook. As I said, with the small ones with the pole floats, you've got a small eye. See that glint in there? It's a small eye on the top. Just pass your line through, and then two rubbers which are on the floats. Some people might not have fished before. That's a bit too far. So I'll use a little hook tie-in. I use it's a blood knot basically, 6 turn. Pass one end through, hold the shank between your thumb and forefinger, just turn, and it slipped out. Just turn that a few times, and then the small loop right next to the eye of the hook, pass your loose end through that loop, and then the loose end back through, so you're coming back up through that loop. Pull it down slowly as it gets down. Put a bit of spit on it, stops friction. Pull it down. And just trim off your tag end to 1 millimetre or 2. And that's your, it's called a 6 turn half tuck blood knot. Tie your spinner on exactly the same way. It's a very, very, very strong knot. So that's that. I have 9 of those. I think the bigger ones, the 2 bigger ones that I've got at the moment, Stump Greenwood SC and Shasbu Buck Owl. You two are next on the list for the bigger ones. But I do have 9 of these ready. So as soon as I finish this, I'll be putting the line on and they're ready to go. I do have 2 here. That's packaged for the Outdoor Samaritan Scholarship. That'll be posted in the morning. So that's it. As I said, you can adapt them. That's my personal one. A bit more tackle in it. Paracord, wrist loop and handle. Make it your own, because at the moment they sort of all look the same. So you make them yours, personalise them a little bit. All these have been stained, so they're all being done in Jacobean walnut wax, which is that stuff, bry wax. They've all been done with that. So if you want one of those, I'll say there's only 9 available. I shall get some more done, but I don't know when. I've got that much to do. Very busy at work. Sometimes I just can't be bothered. I have got a load of acrylic in as well to make some of the camo acrylic fire steels. They're a bugger to turn, so they do take quite a bit of time. So that's it for this video. PM me or leave a comment if you want one, please, and they will be posted ASAP. Payment is by PayPal, sent as a gift or to family and friends, so I don't pay fees, so we can keep the prices down, folks. That's fair enough, isn't it? So right now I've made myself a nice walking stick with an antler top to it, so I'm going to put a paracord wrap on that as well. And then I'll upload this video. Thank you very much. See you all later, and stay safe, of course. Bye bye.